Unit 3 Nature Around Us. Chapter 10 Air and Water. Learning Objectives 1. Composition of air. 2. Atmosphere. 3. Properties of air. 4. Water removing insoluble and soluble impurities. 5. Water supply to our homes. Let me answer. What do you understand about the air and water combination? Steps of purification of water: sedimentation, filtration, chlorination, storage. Air. Everyone, living things need air to breathe. Animals and plants cannot live without it. Air also holds aeroplanes and kites in the air and is used to inflate tires, balloons, footballs, etc. Composition of air. Air contains a mixture of gases. Nitrogen and oxygen are the main component of air. Oxygen is used for respiration and for burning. Nitrogen is not required for burning, but it is consumed by plants to make their food. In addition to nitrogen and oxygen, air consists of small amount of some other gases including argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium and methane. Besides gases, air also contains water vapors, dust, pollens and bacteria. The water vapor in air are the source of rain and snow. Atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by a layer of air. This blanket of air surrounding the earth is called the earth's atmosphere. It is held by the gravity of earth and provides the right support which help life to survive. It helps the earth from becoming very hot by screening a large part of the sun heat from reaching the earth. At night it prevents the heat of the earth to escape. If there was no atmosphere, earth would have been a cold, freezing place at night. The ozone layer in the atmosphere prevents the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun to reach the earth. Layers of the atmosphere. Scientists have divided this atmosphere into 5 layers: exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere. Troposphere. It is the first layer of the earth's surface. The wind and most clouds exist in this region. Stratosphere. Many aircrafts fly in this layer. Here the ozone layer absorbs harmful rays from the sun. Mesosphere. Meteors and rock fragments are burned up into the mesosphere. Thermosphere. The space shuttle orbits in the thermosphere. Exosphere. The exosphere is the uppermost limit of our atmosphere. It is the highest and thinnest proportion of the Earth's atmosphere. Properties of air. Air has 3 main properties. It occupies space, it carries pressure, it exerts pressure. Air contains oxygen, which is consumed by living beings for respiration. Oxygen is also essential for burning. How air pressure is useful. We use air pressure to drink juice from a straw. When we suck in through the straw, the air is drawn out and no air is left in the straw. The pressure inside the straw becomes lower than the pressure in the air outside the straw. It forces the liquid into the straw and the juice comes into your mouth. A medicine dropper works on the same principle. What happens when we go on the filling air into a balloon? It bursts with a bang. Why does it burst? The extra air exerts pressure on the walls of the balloon. When the air pressure becomes more, the balloon bursts. Air is inflated into smaller spaces. Tires filled with compressed air can support bicycles, cars, buses, trucks, and even aircrafts. Water. Water is the most important substance on earth. All plants and animals need water to live. People have many uses of water besides drinking. They use it for washing and cooking. They use it for irrigate crops in gardens, to clean streets and to operate air cooler. They also use the power of flowing water to generate electricity. Water is found on 75% of Earth's surface in the form of oceans, rivers and lakes, but very little of this water is fit for use. People throw garbage and sewage into these water bodies. Factories also releases oils, poisonous chemicals and other wastes into the water. These substances which make the water dirty are called pollutants. Water impurities. We find 2 types of water impurities. Soluble impurities. These are soluble in water. Example: salt, many chemicals, etc. Insoluble impurities. These are insoluble in water, example mud, oil, etc. Removing insoluble impurities. Insoluble impurities can be separated from water by three methods: sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. Sedimentation. Water is insoluble impurities is kept undisrupted. After some time, the insoluble impurities settle down at the bottom. This process is called sedimentation. Decantation. In sedimentation, the impurities settle down at the bottom and you can get clean water above. This clean water is slowly poured into another container. This process is known as decantation. Filtration. Here the impure liquid is passed through a filter paper. The filter paper works like a sieve which is used to filter tea leaves from tea at home. Removing soluble impurities. How can we separate soluble substance from water? Soluble impurities can be separated by evaporation and distillation. Evaporation. It is the process of changing water into vapors on heating. When water evaporates, it leaves all the dissolved impurities at the bottom. Distillation. Distillation is the process by which we get pure water, free from all minerals, salt and other impurities. By evaporation and condensation, we get pure distilled water. Water is first heated and then it evaporates. The water vapors are cooled and they condense into water, which is collected in another flask. Distilled water is used in batteries, cars and inverters. In science laboratories to make medicines. Journey of water to our homes. We drink water when we feel thirsty. Water not only quenches our thirst but is essential for other body functions. It removes waste and toxins in forms of sweat and urine from our body. Before supplying the clean water in our taps, the water is first treated to make it fit for drinking. The municipality of a town treats the contaminated water consisting germs which cause diseases like jaundice, cholera and typhoid. Water is treated by sedimentation, filtration and chlorination before it reaches our home. 1. Sedimentation. The water is pumped from the river and stored into a tank. In order to remove the impurities, chemicals are added which help insoluble impurities to settle down. 2. Filtration. After the process of sedimentation, the water is collected in another tank and passed through sand, gravel and charcoal to remove suspended insoluble impurities. 3. Chlorination. The filtered water is taken into a third tank where chlorine is added to kill harmful bacteria which cause waterborne diseases. 4. Storage. Finally, the clean, chlorinated water is stored in huge tanks and supplied to the city. While the clean water passes through the pipes, it may get contaminated. To make sure that the water is germ-free, we can boil it or use water filters at our homes to kill the germs. Water is precious, we should not waste it. Facts to know. Tires filled with air are called pneumatic tires. Dunlop was the first man to make pneumatic tires. Oxygen therapy is used as a common medical treatment. A dripping tank can waste up to 6 liters of water in a day. Let's recall. 1. Air contains oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, dust, smoke and germs. 2. An atmosphere is a thick layer of air that surrounds the earth and is held by the earth's gravity. 3. The 5 layers of the atmosphere are troposphere, stratosphere and mesosphere and thermosphere and exosphere. 4. Air occupies space, has wet is required for burning and exerts pressure. 5. Insoluble impurities of water can be separated by sedimentation, decantation and filtration. 6. Soluble impurities can be separated by evaporation and distillation. Word power. Atmosphere, a layer of air surrounding the earth. Impurities, substances in water which make it unfit for drinking. Filtration, liquid is allowed to pass through a filter to separate insoluble impurities. Train your brain. Cross curriculum connect. 1. Answer the following questions in short. A. Which gas is used in chlorination to kill germs? B. What are the major components of air? C. What is decantation? D. Which atmosphere layer contains the ozone layer? 2. Fill in the blanks. A. Fishes breathe in dissolved ash in water. B. Air contains 78% of dash. C. The gas used in aerated drinks is called dash. D. The purest form of water is dash. E. The first layer of atmosphere is called dash. 3. Answer the following questions. A. Name the gases present air. B. How does the atmosphere help us? C. How is air pressure used in our daily lives? D. How are soluble impurities removed from water? E. How water is made safe for drinking before being supplied to our house? 4. Take the right and cross the wrong statements. A. Air contains 78% nitrogen. B. We have only 2 layers of the atmosphere. C. The passing of water through sand, gravel and charcoal to remove impurities is called sedimentation. D. We can be healthy and happy even if the air around us is dirty and giving bad smell. E. We can get distilled water by evaporation and condensation. 5. Multiple choice questions. A. We need dash to breathe in. 1. Fresh air, 2. Nitrogen, 3. Polluted air, 4. Carbon dioxide. B. We have dash layers of atmosphere. 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. C. The dash layer prevents the ultraviolet rays of sun from reaching the earth. 1. Oxygen, 2. Nitrogen, 3. Helium, 4. Ozone. D. How many types of water impurities are there? 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 2. E. We have dash of water on the earth. 150%, 260%, 375%, 480%. 6. Give one word for each one of the following. A. In which layer of atmosphere does life exist? B. Name the method of getting pure water by evaporation and condensation. C. Name the farthermost layer of atmosphere. 7. Match the columns. Column A. Nitrogen. B. Oxygen. C. Distilled water. D. Chlorination. E. A layer of air around the earth. Column B. 1. Pure water. 2. 21%. 3. 78%. 4. Atmosphere. 5. Cleaning water by passing chlorine through it. Activity time. To get the pure drinking water. Material required: a heating pot, water from a hand pump and stove. Method: heat the water up to the boiling point and cool it. Let the sediment settle down on the bottom. Collect the upper layer of water which is safe for drinking. Hots. 1. Why does not soap remove easily from the body when we take a bath with water in hilly areas? 2. A soda water bottle can burst if it is put in a freezer for a long time. Why? 3. Mrs. Khanna opened a tin of oil. She tried to pour the oil into another container and the oil came out slowly, but when she made a hole in the tin, it flows easily. What may be the reason? Project time. 1. Take an empty plastic can. What an adult's help. Punch 5 to 10 small holes in the bottom. Fill half the can with sand. Pour some muddy water in it. Collect the water that comes out of the holes. Observe the water. Is it still muddy? 2. You can perform the activities with your friends to demonstrate the properties of air. 3. Discuss the reasons for air and water pollution in your class and come up with simple ideas of their prevention.